Welcome to the U.S. occupation, to win the hearts and minds, defend all humankind. Tell the banks and the corporations, we're here to occupy the USA.
First thing I thought about when I heard that people were occupying Wall Street was, it's about time, because Wall Street's been occupying everything else for the last. They occupy our government, they occupy our minds an awful lot of the time with their commercial. They occupy our atmosphere, because every time we try to do anything about climate change, it's those big companies getting in the way. So it is a good thing. It is a very good thing that we're thinking about it in a different way.
It's going to cover 1,700 miles. You like this pipeline?
No!
Deforestation equal to the area the size of Florida. You like that?
No!
Game over for the climate. Anybody down?
No! Stop the pipeline! Yes, you can! 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 Stop the pipeline!
What danger, if this deal goes through, does it pose for accelerating climate change?
Jim Hansen, our most important climatologist, said that if we tap heavily into the tar sands, and this pipeline's the first big effort to do that, if we tap heavily into them, then it's essentially game over for the climate. If you could burn all the oil that was in Alberta right now overnight, which thank God you can't, but if you could, overnight you'd raise the carbon concentration of the Earth from its current 393 parts per million to 550 parts per million. This is the biggest thing in the planet, you know.
What hope do you have for any progress coming out of Durban next month?
You know, progress in the UN process has been really slow because we've had no leadership from the US. They've essentially walked away from the process. And until that changes, I don't know what to hope for. I guess part of what I hope for out of Durban is that the rest of the world finally figures out that they're going to have to do it without the US and begins to do its own thing.
How do you rate Obama's decision making on climate change thus far?
Not very highly. And this is the perfect example. They've run a dirty, rigged process.
And last question, what's your take on this whole Occupy Wall Street movement that's taking place?
I think it's high time. Wall Street's been occupying everything else in the world for a generation now, including the atmosphere. Their big corporations are the reason we can never get anything done on climate change. So thank God somebody's occupying back. We've run out of easy conventional oil, but now we've found enough bad replacement oil that we can break the back of the climate with no problem. That's the question. Are we going to keep down that path or not?
And with fracking and so forth, do you think that there's enough of a lobby there to push this for decades into the future?
We'll find out. It's going to be a huge fight. Sooner or later, we're going to wake up on this issue. The question is entirely sooner or later, because it's all a question of how quickly we work.